Your validation means a little to me. Happy Thursday, everyone. So fall is upon us and the kids are back in class. Finally, I have the skateboard parked to myself so I can rollerblade shirtless. So what is the LA Unified School District doing? Focusing on reading, writing, and ducking gunfire? Nope, they're gearing up for National Coming Out Day next week, where the ABCs get replaced by the LGBTs. There's nothing wrong with coming out, of course. Coming out of the closet implies you live indoors. So you're already one step ahead of many Californians. And Jamie Lissow. But yeah, LA schools are planning a week of action, and they do mean action. The district has sent an 11-page toolkit to elementary school teachers with lesson plans focusing on identity and intersectionality. Of course, none of this was sent to the parents. God forbid they might know what's being fed into their kids' brains. But like everything, the parents are always the last to know. It's part of California's Fair Education Act, which forces schools to include lessons on social movements and the history of people of color, disabilities, and LGBT people. Fine. But listen to this plan, which is designed for 6 to 10-year-olds. As Heather McDonald at City Journal explains, quote, at the week of action start, teachers should engage kindergarten and first grade students in discussions about identity, aided by an activity called an identity map. Wait, having to read a map? That's already unfair to the female students.
A sexist would say.
But it's not that kind of map. Here, pupils chart their experiences of discrimination or privilege along 12 axes, including race, gender identity, sexuality, mental health, and body size. That does sound complicated, but also a little evil. Kids enter a class full of energy and curiosity, and you turn them into a bitter victim, itemizing their grievances they don't even have yet. So they spend their time looking at experiences of discrimination and privilege. They're maybe 6 years old, for Christ's sake. They just learned how to make a boom boom in the toilet a week ago. And what discrimination exactly? Mommy, they picked me last to play patty cake because I have boogers in my fingernails? What privilege? What kind of privilege should a 6-year-old cite? The ability to fart and make everyone laugh instead of everyone looking at you like a monster? And what about body size? They're so young they haven't had time to become fat yet. But apparently this mapping allows 7-year-olds to see themselves through the lens of intersectionality. Teachers then post the identity maps on the wall for a class discussion about students' multiple identities. Yeah, multiple identities. We're turning healthy kids into schizophrenics. They walk into class as themselves and they leave as Mr. Hyde. I thought that was funny. Anyway, so why are first graders learning this crap? Do they really need to know what cisgender means, or gender binary, or intersex, or pansexual? AP class used to stand for advanced placement. Now it's an advanced pervert. But here's why. It's what activists want them to learn because they know it's not organic, or else you wouldn't need to artificially create and then enforce it. But if all that crap seems pretty advanced for an 8-year-old, it's even worse when you look at the LA school system's test scores. They're lower than Nancy Pelosi's boobs. Terrible. Yeah. Less than half of LA students meet English language standards, and only 1/3 meet math standards. Remember when they falsely claimed you can't say gay in Florida? Well, in LA, they can't spell it. Hell, they can't even spell LA. Forget about English as a second language. These kids don't know it as a first language. And they're way behind on basic skills they're going to need just to survive, making them perfect fodder for a new world of looting, shooting, and voting Democrat. So forget about kickball, that's just oppressive. And don't even think about giving the little brats some crayons so they can trace their hand and turn it into a turkey. That would lead to a discussion about how that celebrates colonizers and meat eaters and ableists with all 5 fingers. Besides, they want your kids to use their hands for other things. At this point, we have only one hope for the future: youthful rebellion. Every generation resists the indoctrination of the one before it, and with any luck, this generation of kids will be no different. Just as the punks rejected the hippies and the goths rejected the jocks, and Joe Biden rejected his granddaughter. Maybe they'll rebel against all this gender lunacy and all these efforts to gaslight them into believing boys and girls are interchangeable. They'll scoff at nonsense like gender-affirming care and birthing person. And chest feeding will go back to its intended meaning: eating fish off a naked woman in a high-end sushi place. They'll do what kids have done since time began. They'll hate their teachers. I sure did, and look where I am now. Take that, Mrs. McCuddy. I got 2 shows, and you're still buried under my mom's garage. So why bother teaching them anything at all if we're teaching this stuff that puts them in an emotional hole of confusion? Math and English is not going to help them when they're dyeing their hair purple and changing their name to the chemical symbol for magnesium. But hey, you can't miss what you never had in education. If ignorance is bliss, America will become the happiest place on earth. Let's welcome tonight's guest. After seeing his act, his kids tell their friends he's a bus driver. Actor, writer, and comedian Jamie Lissow. He's from San Francisco, so we disinfected him with Purell. God help me. Editor-in-chief of Pirate Wire's Mike Solano. Solano, what's wrong with me? She doesn't parse words or follow herds. New York Times bestselling author and Fox News contributor Kat Tiff. And finally, firemen are called to rescue cats stuck in his beard. New York Times bestselling author, comedian, and former NWA champion Tyrus. Jamie, when the courts allow you to see your children, are you worried that they might be brainwashed?
Yeah, I don't think it's more my kids, not the court, that don't want to.
Oh, no.
So that's the hard part. I worry about all this stuff, man. I worry about, like, people coming out of the closet. You should be able to come out of the closet and be comfortable doing that. I don't know if I ever told you this, but in high school, so many people thought I was gay, I had to come out straight. People were like, we had no idea. Mm-hmm. My parents were like, we still love you just as much. Be careful in that closet, though, man. There's a lot of gay, quiet sex going on in there. At LGBTQ, have you noticed that every month there's a new letter, right? It's like, I think eventually they'll be like, not F. It'll be all the, yeah.
That was pretty good.
Thank you. Yeah, but it's all very confusing. I feel bad for the kids. I just don't think they should make, especially with the affirming care and like being assigned to birth. I worry about little kids making decisions that could be permanent with their little kid brains. Like I remember a time when I thought that I should definitely get a Marvin the Martian tattoo. And this is a lot more serious than that, you know?
Yeah.
And there's one thing that confuses me though. I don't get. Can you imagine being bisexual? I feel like it'd be so hard to have to look at everyone's ass.
Yeah.
As they walked by.
Thank you, Jamie. Well done. All right, Mike, welcome to the show. First time.
Thank you for having me.
I hope you're not regretting it. It seems like the priorities of our education is changing. What do you make of this?
I mean, first of all, I just think on the topic of a coming out in elementary school, it's just like that. It's insane. Like you can't come out as a child because gay is homosexual and children don't have a sexuality, right? Like that's crazy. They're teaching crazy things in school. But I will say, I think it's kind of a good thing that we have this bipartisan consensus now that academics don't actually happen in elementary school because it's just like daycare, right? People say this over and over again, it's daycare. We need daycare. Daycare is cheaper than school. So we can fire all of the gender goblin teachers and hire like thousands and thousands of teenage camp counselors, and I think everyone's a lot happier, right?
That's true.
Problem solved, kids are happy.
Kids love camp. They do.
I love camp.
Who doesn't love
America
camp?
loves camp.
Yes.
I'm on the fence.
You're on the fence? That's because you went to fence camp.
Yeah, it's true.
That was painful.
Yeah.
Having to sit on that for
Being
days.
the big guy on the fence wasn't fun.
Yeah. So, Kat, you can get fired for talking about this stuff at work, but apparently in classrooms, elementary classrooms, you can just talk about it at will to children. Does that just inflame your senses?
I feel like this has to, either it's a coincidence that this stuff only started becoming a thing after COVID, or it's some kind of distraction. Because like you said, there's been a lot of learning loss that took place after that. And now it's just people screaming at each other about gender, what was the gender map?
Yeah.
Like, you got a color in a gender map. You're a bigot. Or like, there's only 2 genders. You're an idiot. You're rude, bigot, idiot. And nobody's like, oh, like my kid doesn't know the colors. It's crazy. So I also just think that, I think that we should be focusing more on that. And also, if this was going on when I was in school, that wouldn't be good. Well, actually, it would have worked. Well, I was very androgynous looking, and I also loved attention.
Yeah.
So I'd be like, I would say I was a boy for sure.
Yeah, and also kids will accept anything that isn't like, doesn't create homework or is actually taxing. All right, Tyrus. Do you think this is like another luxury belief, except now that it's spreading to kids?
No, first of all, if you can, homeschool. Get your kids out of school.
Yeah.
Because they're not learning anything, and the stuff they're teaching them is dangerous. So there's two sexes. You're either born a man or a woman. That's it. Now, you can pretend to be whatever you want, but that's the facts. And if you don't believe me, go to England, because they're the only ones who will say it out loud now. But when you don't have numbers, because we always bring this up, what is the percentage? What are the numbers? How many people are we talking about that are in this category of the gender this and gender that and all this kind of stuff? And whenever we ask, we're bigots. So I get the sneaking suspicion that the number's not as big enough as they want, the people who are pushing this want it to be. So what do? You got to make new members. And where do you start? With children. You try to push your way of thinking, your way of living on children, so you create what? Members of your group. Then, because before when they would protest, there's 9 of them. You know, we'd be like, well, where's the huge numbers of people? And it's always a big secret. So now what they're doing is these individuals they can't create their own fast enough. So first thing you do is parents are bad. They don't need to know what's going on. Stay away from mom and dad. You can trust us. I mean, they're saying the same things that every creepy pedophile said in a van outside your house. But now they're not in vans outside your house. They're in your school, and they're on your internet, and you're on your tablet when you're not paying attention to your kids. So the scary thing to me is that this is not simply, they don't want you smart, because when you're smart, you ask questions. So if you don't know how to read very good, you don't know how to problem solve very good, math is a racist mystery to you, and you just believe that you can be anything on this box whenever you feel like it, it's a pretty good way to get people indoctrinated with little work. And why is it more? I don't think it's going to be effective, because parents are going to fight back. Because if you do have a gay child at home or a child that's going that route, your job as a parent is to protect them and guide them, not tell them what to do.
Right.
So as a parent, all my kids are out of public school.
Oh, and also, I'm a little disturbed that you think. Okay, never mind. It's bothering me. I can't believe that you think 6 years old is when kids are potty trained.
Yeah, well, I was just going by personal experience.
Far off. Girls, they get it at 3. Boys, 5 and 6 is about right. Like, I don't know what it is.
There was
you guys are just smarter that way.
very scary about the toilet when you were a kid.
I remember learning it like 8 years old and then losing it again when I started drinking.
Well, they teach you the right way to sit facing the right direction when you're little. And then when they tell boys to turn around, it just blows our mind. You just can't make that switch.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.